Welcome to Tiny Texas Living. Who says you can't live big while living tiny?
Oh, so happy to just get back from the store and try on my new house shoes. Oh, I'm so happy to be back home in the air conditioning and one step closer to finishing another porch project. Every time I go to the store, it's like I figure out something else that's missing that would make it better. And ultimately, I still can't find the things that I go to the store for. I don't know why it's so hard sometimes just to find basic things. But this has been my ongoing struggle with all of the realities of my tiny home. I guess it's just because I'm too bright and bold for this world that we're currently living in that has all these muted tones and wants to have everybody fall in line with that. I will never do that. So today I bought some more dry foam. I bought some more spray paint. And I found these that just make me so happy. I'm gonna use these, I think, as bookmarks for my book that I purchased the other day. Yeah, this will bring me joy. But I also bought some more fake plants so that I can have some more happy things. Because each step that I take toward getting the porch looking like a beautiful, room outside, the more joy it brings me. And I never thought that I'd be like an artificial plant girly, but apparently I am. And it makes sense because nothing can survive in this heat right now, no matter what you do. So it just kind of makes sense that I have gravitated toward the artificial things, especially knowing that I'm going to be going out of town and I don't want anything to happen. So whenever I return, it'll look exactly the same as when I left, which is really nice. So now I have to spray paint my Temu planters, and I need to figure out what I'm going to put in those. And then I need to organize some thoughts for my other planters that I purchased at the Dollar General on the special and put together some more floral arrangements. I'm so excited. I also think today is the day where I chunk the trunk. In the meantime, I picked out some lilac and eucalyptus, things that normally would not go together but looked really pretty together. So in my Fantasyland world, these are going together. I'm not sure if these are going to go in the Temu planters or the Dollar General planters. I also have some fake ferns that I think would look better if they're hanging realistically. So I think those are going to go in the Temus, but I can't do any of that unless I start the project. Okay, I've got these outside and I'm about to use my Rust-Oleum magenta, and this is the satin finish. So this is time for me to get these painted and then they can sit out and dry. Ooh, this is gonna be good. Oh, this is gonna be so nice. Okay, so far so good. I'm gonna have to go over them with another coat and then flip them and do the edge, but yay, this is turning out so good so far. Whew. And glad this is a short project today. Very excited. I don't think that the things that I have that I purchased today are going to go in these. I think they're going to go in the other planters so I can get started on that while these dry and see if I can get a little bit closer. Yeah. Okay, I went ahead and stacked them for the time being because I can always touch up the bottom one if I need to. And I was able to go over all of that. I don't have to necessarily have the inside be the pink color, only the top, because they do have inserts. So now I'm going to let them dry. Okay, I came inside after finishing that up. I had some lunch, and now that everything's cooled off, I can actually do some dishes. So that'll be good. It's never ending. Every single day, there's something, and that's just life. You know, in a van, every single meal I clean up after every single meal, and it's fine and it's not that big of a deal. But for some reason, whenever you have a sink and extra water, you become complacent sometimes. So now I am going to have to pay for that. Okay, now it's time. I'm going to take the tag off of this, and I'm going to start taking the tags off of all of these. Okay, I've divided them up into two sections. Each one of these has 4 little lilacs, and then each one of these has 2 eucalyptuses. So I'm going to try to use the eucalyptuses as like the outer area, and then the lilacs as like the center, to see if I can create some like volume. So I'm going to have to end up cutting these, and I think I can just cut these with a regular knife. Again, I have no knowledge of what I'm doing with this, so I'm hoping this is the right stuff to use, because otherwise I'm gonna end up with a weird situation at some point. It probably literally breaks every plant rule. Okay, so far so good. Oh, this is really gross. Okay, now I'm just gonna cut it like in half. Okay, so in like this, so it'll be in there good. It's not moving anywhere. Okay, this seems to make way more sense to have like a production line. So now I get to see if this tag is just as contrary as the other one, and then I'm off to the races. Yeah, still contrary. Going to Dollar General really saved me a lot on my porch, just because they had their like end of season blowout, and I love that they do that. So it's a good time to go at the end of summer for anything that's like this stuff. Go figure. I guess I need to take off some more tags. But then the Dollar Tree surprisingly saved me so much money, because like the plants that I bought today at Walmart, although they are nice, were kind of costly. Each of these sprigs was like $1.88. Each of these sprigs was like $2.78. And doing the math, 4 sprigs and 2 sprigs for each planter. These planters are getting a little bit more costly, but they'll look nice, they won't die, and they will have eternal sunshine and joy. And that makes me happy. So it's worth it to spend a little bit to keep that eternal joy going. Okay, back to work. The best end looks like it is this side. So in it goes and down. Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice and gross at the same time. And now I begin the process of removing all the tags. Okay, all of the stuff for this one is there. All of the stuff for this one is there. I probably could scoot it over a little bit to make it easier, and then I can get to work. I'm going to put one of these on each side and kind of make them surround the lilac in the middle, and then I'm going to put the lilac in here strategically. So probably I'm gonna make a 4 pattern of those. I looked at doing 4 and 4 because that way I could put it on each side, and it just seemed very overwhelming for the small container. I found a container. There's one on this one too. No! I found a container that was similar in size whenever I was at Walmart, just to see how overwhelming it would look. I didn't want it to appear overfull, but I didn't want it to appear underfilled. So I found something this size, and this was the amount that it looked appropriate for. So gonna do this. Okay, here I go. Leaving everything straight to start with. Start there. This is a little bit more wobbly than I thought it would be, but that's okay. I'll figure that out in a minute. I'll get it together eventually. Eventually being the key word. It's going through it. But you know what they say. You gotta go through it to get to it. Okay, I'm getting there. I think that this one, the purple flowers are a little bit more together than this one. So I'm just gonna kind of pull these in just a little to get the concentration of color. And then also, I think that I need to work on some of these little creepy vines. But other than that, I think I'm pretty good. I have a couple little blank spots which I can fill in. And I also want to let this sit out in the heat, because I noticed that with the other flowers that after it sat out in the heat, they manipulated a little bit different because of the artificialness of them. Every single thing I'm doing is foreign to me. So each time I learn something, like with the flowers that I learned, the heat did affect them and they settled differently. I'm kind of taking those cues, and instead of trying to figure out exactly how I want it, I put it somewhat how I want it, and then I can always adjust it after it's gotten out there and just like baked in the sun a little bit, because then it seems to sit more naturally. And I really like the way the ones outside look now. So, okay, this is a good place to place them for now. Again, until I figure out exactly what I'm going to do with the yard. This gives me a great opportunity for them to acclimate. I am going to have to put some stones in these to weight them down just a little bit. But this is good. And these are now in their final drying stage. So soon I'll be able to figure out what exactly I'm going to do with them as well. Also, I encountered a little bit of an issue. So this is a 35 count light set that I got at Big Lots, and I was super excited about it. It is 19.4 feet, which is plenty distance to go across my porch. But I was originally going to crisscross this, and I didn't anticipate the fact that that would take up so much space, or that there wasn't any additional cord that would come down to the bottom. So this isn't long enough if I run it from the outlet up to the ceiling. So what I think I'm going to have to do is get an extension cord and then run it up to the top and kind of hide it. So then I can run this, but I'm not sure yet. So these are going to be really nice, just not yet. And I'm having to kind of think creatively. At this point, you would think that I would have thought about that, but I did not. Okay, I went ahead and placed this on top of a paper towel just in case, and then this is gonna go inside, and that's gonna look so nice. I'm so excited. I thought about painting this thing also, but I decided against it because I thought that that would just be too much. So now I think I'm gonna see if the ferns would look best in here, or if they would look best in the smaller one. Of course, it's going to start off with the foam block into the inside and squish it into place so that it's nice and tight in there so it doesn't move. It looks like this. Okay, now I need to see if these will spread out and look like a big, beautiful, exciting plant. So I also have these, which were just some like leftover things, and then this, which I ordered from Temu, which I need to see what this actually looks like. I mean, this is supposed to be like a really drapey one, so maybe this could be used in the other planter. I don't know. Okay. Oh, this is wild because it's been packed away. Okay. It's kind of crazy looking. Oh, this is actually kind of neat. There's two of them and they drape, and then let me just fluff. I'm gonna try this. Ooh, okay. It also shed these, so I have to figure out where they go. Okay. Okay, I think it's interesting. I think it's a little weird like I am, and I think this will work. And as it heats up, I'll be able to adjust these leaves a little bit more, but these particular ferns are a bit harder to do that with. So I like the combination of the fern and the ivy together. It's just a little strange. Back here, again, I need to do some more tweaking, but as it heats up, it'll be easier to do that, I think. So, yay, hanging plants. Inch by inch, it's a cinch. Yard by yard, in the heat, it's hard. But that's one more thing I have done. I will definitely say that was harder than the other ones because it's just so wild and crazy looking. So maybe I'll pick an easier plant for the smaller one. I think that I'm actually going to set this up and hold it in my little plant stand out there. If it fits, then maybe I'll just use it there instead of doing a hanging plant and maybe get a wind chime. I'm not sure. I love the sound of a good wind chime. Okay, this is the planter in question, and it does fit, but it's a little loose. I mean, it might work though. I could potentially just put some succulents in here and call it a day. I know for a fact that I can find succulents at both Dollar Tree, Walmart, and maybe even Dollar General, so this is not gonna be a problem. And then I would have something that would have more color and more fun and more texture, and I love those things. So I think that's what I'm gonna do, is just go shopping, not right now. So I'll take the hanger on this out, and these are pretty easy. You just kind of fish them through and then turn them, and then they feed out. So you just kind of have to do that. Once again, another project has turned into another project, has turned into a list, but it also turned into a solution. So that's not a terrible thing. It took one thing off the list and added another one, but I'm okay with that. As long as I'm taking stuff off the list slowly but surely, and it's coming together. Okay, so this has been my box of things I've been going through as I'm trying to create projects and put things away. I think it's getting to the point now where I could take these things out and get rid of this box. I am going to use this box to help me paint something though, so I'll just break it down and store it for the time being, because I feel like these are really good things for painting larger objects. But all this stuff can kind of go off and back here into this area, so I can actually use this space again. One thing at a time, it's coming together. Oh yeah, oh yeah. And this has been a great shirt to paint in because it doesn't really matter if it gets messed up. So I think I'm finally moving past the paint shirt stage. Okay, now that the plants have been sitting outside for a while, I kind of reshaped them a little bit, and then I moved 2 of the stones to this area, so I have some symmetry for now. Again, all of this will change because you can see the ground needs a lot of work, but for the time being, just trying to create symmetry until I'm ready to do the actual landscaping part. Just trying to make everything match up for the most part until I do the bigger project, which I'm gonna have to do a lot of like dirt work and leveling, and then also like put down some base so that all of the stickers don't grow up. And then I'm trying to find a few other things to put out here, including some like glowing rocks and some landscaping pieces. But that makes me happy. That's another job done for the day and another thing that I have accomplished, and it's starting to really take shape and feel super homey and welcoming, which is great because I actually have a friend who's going to be coming in to visit, and so when they come it'll just welcome them right on in, which I absolutely love. That makes me so happy. This is the main reason I wanted to get the place looking nice, was not just for me but for other people. So very happy about this. I've got to do some more online shopping, and of course I still need to go to the store and find those succulents or order them depending on which one I can find a better deal on. I think I am going to take the trunk out today. Garbage day is Wednesday, so got to get it in there before then. Wow, am I adulting good today? I think I am.